Hello, everybody. Welcome to It All Goes Back to Sonic. With me, your host, MegaFire, joined as always by my wonderful companions, Dorko for You, Bob Hood, and Harvek. This time, we're covering some interesting issues. We're gonna go through Knuckles 26 through 28, and then Sonic the Hedgehog 74 through 76. So not super long, not a lot of issues, but there's some things going on here.
There's stuff.
Yeah. So how'd it go? How'd it go this time?
It was another. It was another high highs and low lows.
Golly, MegaFire, you didn't tell me this was the Valentine's Day special.
I forgot. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We're recording this the day before Valentine's Day, May 16th.
the best holiday, Valentine's Day on May 16th.
Just in time for the Knuckles Lovey-Dovey Super Special. Oh, God. Some people just shouldn't write anything involving anything, period. All right. Dorko, thoughts and little overview thoughts of the batch?
Ken Pender's bad. And then the Sonic issue's pretty cool, I think.
Damn, that's a whole... Ken Pender's bad. You did a 1080 here on your opinion on Ken Pender. That's kind of wild.
How many circles is that? 1080.
I've been 1080 snowboarding featuring Luigi and Mario from the Super Mario Brothers.
Man, you really did a Yoshi from that one YouTube video of the Mario Party minigame with him on the snowboards where he just pauses and then he suddenly like spins the 20 circles.
That's me. That's actually me on Ken Pender's this whole like experience. All right, let's jump in.
Let's just get going.
Yeah, 26. Let's get the summary, Bob.
The Chaotix eat lunch and Espio tells everybody that Charmy's getting married. Meanwhile, Knuckles and Pink Knuckles are currently in their separate ways thinking about each other. Knuckles vents about his weird new feelings for Julie Sue with Dad. Dad teaches him about the birds and the bees, or as we're supposed to call it, the soul touch. Julie Sue tries on a new hat and is invited to lunch by some other red Echidna. Knuckles vents to Archimedes about his situation, and without him even asking, Archimedes teleports Knuckles to Julie Sue, who is in the middle of the lunch with that other guy. Meanwhile, Vector tries to find a date. And then we get a mighty short story for the next few issues. And in this one, Mighty meets Knack the Weasel's sister named Nick the Weasel. Don't scratch that cat, I swear to God.
Yeah, Nick, don't scratch that, Nick. Nick the Weasel, get off of Bob.
This is like the fourth one of these in a row where I had to watch my cat, make sure I didn't scratch stuff in the room. I swear to God. Nick shows him that she has Ray's collar. The two go on a trip to try and find Ray. On the aircraft, Mighty has a flashback to when he and Ray were captured and being taken to a slave labor camp. Sonic is on the...
That's what's written.
It's not even funny at this point. Sonic is on the craft as a secret agent. He introduces himself to the others and says, "I'll be back," as he goes off the airboat to scope out the situation. The flashback ends as Nick and Mighty arrive at some forest, and then they're ambushed by somebody named Fiona. See, this is the kind of thing that is kind of funny, but we kind of already peaked at the LSD thing.
Yeah, so. We really did, but like the way that you explicitly just... Meanwhile, they're on their way to a slave labor camp.
You just described a Star Trek episode, I swear. You had the main plot and then the unrelated side plot.
Okay, but listen, I didn't put that much effort into this one, but I had this thought. I had to once again make a shitty little image because The scene where Knuckles walks in on his dad making breakfast is like literally the freaking, what are you doing? I've lost control of my life.
I love you, son. Have some delicious pancakes.
They didn't eat a single pancake.
No.
They
didn't.
That hurt me.
It made me physically ill that I started shiny hunting in Pokemon.
You like, I'm done reading. He just started. That's like the third page. Yeah,
These 75 issues of Sonic were a waste. I should have been hunting shiny Pokemon.
This guy is such a fucking, like, I want to shove him into a
There's
goddamn
a shiny
locker.
Knuckles right there.
So I just thought this was funny because it's like yeah, it's bad, but like we're nearing the end of the Knuckles thing. But just as one last little fuck you, they come up with this thing called Soul Touch.
That's a spell. That's a D&D spell, dude. I cast Soul Touch. The fact that he's like, we Echidnas tend to develop our intellectual side. Shut the fuck up, nerd. I shove him into the toilet. Oh, man. And not to mention the art throughout these 3 issues were... you know what? I'm not even apologizing. Man, what the fuck were you... Who was the artist? What were you thinking?
Well, for this issue, it was Chris Allen.
That's new. That's a new one,
I
isn't
think
it?
so.
Look,
Yeah, Chris Allen, what the heck?
Hey. This issue, it ain't bad. I don't know what you're talking about.
This particular issue or these 3 issues?
This particular issue.
I don't dislike
funny.
this issue, but the art is like... I guess one thing at a time. The art's so rough.
Look, the art looks rough on Vector, who cannot decide if he's super buff or morbidly obese.
That's very true. I love Archimedes trying to be like like a Locke of, like, it's like, this is what normal parents do, but Locke, no, he likes to watch you. Like, what do you mean? I liked. Oh, go ahead.
Side note, for a Sonic the Hedgehog comic, Knuckles the Echidna comic.
That's right.
There was a lot of side boob. A concerning amount of it.
There's so many people that look human shaped in this.
I am concerned.
Also, can we please talk about the fact that the Virgin walked on screen? Is this the first iteration of the Virgin I've ever seen? And it's a female armadillo.
I need to hear some of these lines read out in Vector's voice. Just to him trying to flirt with people.
The Chad Mighty versus the Virgin Stephanie.
Yeah, I didn't, I have some, I wanted to share something because I remember I talked about this before when they were at the diner in one of the previous issues. I think it was probably the LSD one or right before it. But I have such like specific nostalgia for this particular issue where they're at the diner and they're like the Chaotix gang specifically, like all the little hijinks that they're up to, that I could have sworn it was like a lot longer in my head, where like Vector goes out and he hits on a bunch of people, and I don't know, like I dig this issue. I don't mind it. Like, I think it's fine. It's kind of fun. If it was only like this issue that focused on all this stuff, like, it's nice to have like these little issues where it's just sort of, okay, all the Knuckles portion is kind of rough, but the Chaotix gang just having a little slice of life. So it's made me realize I just want a slice of life Chaotix comic, I think, like, period. Like, I just want the gang doing cool stuff like that doesn't involve, Sonic and whatever. Like, I just want them hanging out in like a city doing slice of life, like freaking Seinfeld episodes, but with the Chaotix.
Kramer's still there somehow.
Oh, also, Ray of Freak, you wear a choker?
Is there something I forgot about until I was reminded reading about this? Was like, oh yeah, Charmy was originally like 16. Like some of this dialogue was just kind of like weirding me out a little bit because I'm like, isn't he like 6? I'm like, oh wait, that was like a Sonic Heroes retcon. I forgot.
Yeah, Sonic Heroes did that.
I didn't know that. Sonic trigger for the day.
Another Sonic Heroes L.
Are we having fun yet?
It's us for the next.
Insert Ego Raptor. This fucking sucks, actually. Sonic Heroes.
Oh my gosh.
Literally the coolest thing ever.
Also, I think
Well,
Vector,
there goes our... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I just think Vector's kind of insufferable. Oh, well.
Damn. Dude, you're just like Knuckles, for real.
Are you just as spindly yet muscular?
No.
Okay. Okay.
The covers, I gotta say, these are probably my least favorite covers. Also, I just as a sidebar, like, so I have to say every issue that like the 26 or 28 are probably the worst that I've seen. They don't even make like a complete picture like all the other ones. At least the other ones had like a cool like picture they were painting between 3 covers, but that's not the case here. Oh, also Fiona. That's the robot from that one Tails comic, the Tails short in
Right.
one of the comics where he fell in love with her and then she ended up being a robot and then
Oh, that's why the. Oh, okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Now that part makes sense. I thought they were setting up for something later, but I didn't remember that character.
Well, we don't know. It's a mystery, right? Because the last we left is she's a robot and also she was left in the middle of the ocean or something. I don't remember what it was. Frozen? I was frozen today. I don't know.
No, that's Rotor's parents.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. She was left on an island somewhere,
Yeah.
rusting away.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. She was frozen, but like with rust or something.
I guess I was gonna say that with that second story, it did feel like I was having like like 3 different spit takes in a row. Like first, like, oh, I guess he's talking with Knack, and I'm like, Knack's sister. just like female Knack, like kind of jump scared me. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this character before. And then like the second spit take was like of course the slave labor camp. I was like, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, it was a funny issue.
The fun adventure with like sort of based on the game Mighty and Ray slave labor camp. Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
And then the third spit take was he's like, oh, it's Fiona again. Oh shit.
Everybody remembers Fiona except me.
Well, I will say that like at least for me, like I also remember her from later. Like she's kind of more major later, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Dorko's got future sight.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I feel like I had the similar reaction where it's like, except instead of a spit take, I just keep hearing freaking every time like anything is revealed in this issue. It's like everything is dark and shadowy, and then it just pops onto the frame, and it's just like, I'm boom boom boom. It's just like big text, and it's just like Nick.
I can't. I don't know how I feel in knowing that after all these years, the recolor syndrome in Sprite Comics was just these comics.
Yeah, people
the whole time.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You got Stephanie the Armadillo, Nick the Weasel, Fiona the Fox. Come on.
Does that mean
It all
that the
started
origin of recolors is Ken Penders?
Yes. Well, no. He doesn't even recolor. He just has more Knuckleses.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even change the color. Well, I guess Valdez is a recolor.
This is a Knuckles with a judge outfit.
There's a couple of different colored echidnas. Only a few. The purple one that was gonna become a missionary because she really didn't want to talk to Vector. See, there you go. That's different.
I know, but for the most part, the echidnas are mostly just Knuckles.
That's
but
right.
blank.
Yeah.
There's a good gag later on. Anyway,
I
think we should move to
I'm
27.
Knuckles, but Judge. I'm Knuckles, but I sell expensive dresses. I'm Knuckles. I'm Knuckles, but I'm a bad father and watch my kid on TV.
I'm Knuckles, but I'm a French man who ties you to the train tracks and twirl my mustache.
I'm not Knuckles.
Not Sonic comic. Okay, let's go. Let's
Okay,
get
we
to
sidetracked
27.
for like 5 minutes. All right,
Sorry.
27. No, it's fine. I just think it's funny. Knuckles was not ready for Archimedes to teleport him to Julie Sue, so before she even finds out what happens, Knuckles stumbles his way out of the restaurant. Locke finds out his son just vanished from the breakfast table, but before Grandpa can turn on the funny computer, in a bizarre twist of fate, Locke stops him from spying on his son to let him have privacy in his romantic struggles. But spoilers, he goes back to fucking doing it in the next issue. But anyway, Knuckles' lovesick and vents his frustrations onto Vector for talking shit about him a little too much. So later on, he asks Mom for advice. But also then he just says, fuck it, we're not going to do that. We're just going to gather our courage and ask her out on a date. And then she says yes, and so it's crunch time. We haven't heard that in a while, and have we? Because it's just suddenly there in like the epilogue text box.
I feel like Crunch Time was like way back in the Knuckles mini series, like before he even had his own like comic.
It was in these for like a little bit, I think.
Archimedes
Not that I
is
can remember.
ice cold, dude. This guy owns Archie. I can't let Julie Sue see me like this. Why not? Maybe she'll take pity on you.
It's the shittiest wingman.
He's the best. He's the dude. He for the first time in Knuckles' life, somebody's just shooting straight with his ass.
I like at the end of the story, Knuckles just becomes Sonic Boom Knuckles.
Oh man, when I said it was rough, man, it was Whew.
This still isn't the worst.
I'm not even done with the summary.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my bad.
In the Mighty issue, tensions are high between Fiona Fox and Mighty, but Nick settles it down. Mighty has a flashback to when he was first brought to the slave labor camp, where the yard guard takes away Fiona, and then Mighty gets pissed off and tries to fight back, but to no avail. The gang finds... and flashback, by the way. We keep going back and forth, as usual. The gang finds some kind of replicas of Sonic, Tails, and Sally. Flashback again. Sonic uncuffs Mighty so that he can open up the jail bars with the super strength. He couldn't do that with the cuffs, but he can do that with the bars. Back to present time, the squad finds a vault. I wonder what's inside.
I'm gonna break these cuffs.
He really can't break this.
You really can't, right? I titled this screenshot "Rare W's All Around." First off,
one W. Cherish it. He's gonna lose it real fast.
He's gonna lose it really quick. But like, also the ants calling him out, and his own father calling him out, and then like him being like, "You're right, no spying." There's just so many W's on here. Also, why is Locke running like he's late? He needs to take a shit. He ran into the room like there was a fire going on, and he ran out like he's about to shit his pants.
What pants?
He's running like he's got some toast in his mouth and he's gonna bump into Knuckles. I don't know.
Father, we must move. I am about to shit on the floor. Can you not see I've gotten old? Look at this white hair on my red fur.
I do like that in the scene where Vector's talking mad shit, he kind of like doesn't even realize that he said anything wrong. Like he's just like, "Oh hey Knuckles," like he's not even like playing it off. It's just like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, yeah, talk. Like he's just absolute confidence that what he's saying is correct.
The insensitivity of this man.
Yeah, dude, the weird. Why are they human shaped bean people in this? Like, they're so weirdly human shaped. It's so weird. Oh, okay. The gag I was telling you guys about when we were joking about all the Knuckles, everybody looking like Knuckles, like strange. I would have sworn that looks like Knuckles. Lady, they all look like Knuckles. You just realized this? And then, of course, we have the every expression on panel is cursed segment where it just... everything here just makes me cringe. Like, for real.
Now, a dramatic reading by me with nothing but their facial expressions.
That's pretty accurate, I feel.
That's me.
And then oh, you forgot one more.
Is that the jet in the background?
Yes, the jet.
Right. Do we have anything of value to add to this?
Yes. Knuckles looks like this in the last panel.
You linked a gif of Batman from
This is specifically, again, Batman Forever. Somehow it keeps coming up.
yeah, somehow it just...
If you've been on the internet long enough, you know the gif of Batman smiling goofily.
The goofy Batman. If not, you can check the show notes because I left them in there.
You should watch Batman Forever. It's where Dr. Quack got some ideas from.
What?
We don't have time to go over that again.
20.
That's a reference to a previous episode.
I must have forgotten.
I spaced out.
I guess so did I. It's crunch time.
It is crunch time.
Yeah, I feel like this this issue with Mighty, I mean, really all I could say is, I can't break these cuffs. You're right, I can't.
So, in the middle of these issues, I don't know if we've ever brought this up yet. Have we, in the last episode, did we ever bring up the random advertisement of coming soon?
Oh.
No, because I skim over all of those. I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, yeah. There was a Oreo contest. That's what's coming soon. I did make a funny little joke where I took a screenshot of just Sonic's little smile in the shadows and the word coming. Yeah. It still gets me every time. I did take...
You know, back in like 1990, whatever the fuck this was released.
98. This is 98.
Who the hell knew what this was? Nowadays we know it's Sonic Adventure. But what the hell is this? You know, you gotta think back then. What is this face staring at us? It's Green-Eyed Sonic, but I mean, we know
the
that
Green-Eyed Sonic's already in this. Remember, he got beamed into existence.
I know. He just sort of appeared in one issue, and then he crossed over with Sonic Underground.
Well, actually, you bring up a really interesting point. Because when did Sonic Adventure come out?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
1998. So it would be the same year that these were being published. But this coming soon image, I believe, was present for quite a little while. Like, it had to have been like for the last at least 10 issues or something. Now, while the context of this page is that it's a Oreo, like a Nebraska, whatever, that company that does Oreos, they had like a contest. I do wonder if like Sonic Adventure had been announced by the time they had these coming soon pictures, because that would have been really cool if you were reading the comic and all of a sudden you said coming soon, but I feel like there would be mixed messages, because either this is like a little stinger for the contest, or it's a really cool little like, ooh, Sonic coming soon. What does that mean? New comic, new show, new what? A game?
1998 was Japanese release, but North America was the next year.
Yeah, but like I mean, I feel like it would have been floating around at some point, probably. I guess it would. I mean, if I felt like it, I probably could have went back and looked through and saw what year the first issue of this was posted. But yeah.
28.
That's right, 28.
That is the next one, indeed. Knuckles visits Mom for advice about going on dates. Later, Knuckles meets Vector with the Chaotix, and the two apologize for the other day. Meanwhile, despite having learned to respect Knuckles' privacy, Locke is sitting in the computer room watching him anyway. He gets a call from his ex-wife, who is busy gathering people for plans for Knuckles' surprise birthday party. Knuckles and Julie get started on the date. Julie brings him to the Commons Hall, where Knuckles is met with the surprise party. Knuckles hugs his parents and kisses his girlfriend. And finally, with the mighty thing, they open the vault to find Ray clinging to a power stone. Ray starts a flashback to Sonic and Mighty finding Fiona and getting blasted at by Robotnik. While they have him distracted, Ray grabs the power stone and suddenly vanishes. And when Ray doesn't come back right away, Mighty has a breakdown, thinks his friend is gone forever, and starts tearing the place apart. In the crossfire, Robotnik gets away with Fiona. He creates a robot replica of Fiona and leaves the real one in a cell. Fiona somehow starts clawing her way out, and after 2 years, no food or water, after just 2 years of straight digging, she finds Nick in a chance encounter. Yeah, and back to the present, Nick fires a gun at the gem to break Ray free and save him. The end.
I like that Robotnik just goes, "Egad, my roast is ruined." He says exactly that. It's kind of wild.
But what if I were to take Fiona and disguise her robot?
Delightfully devilish Robotnik. Also, fuck this. This is so lazy. They took, so on the cover there was a little Charmy and Saffron, which, by the way, that's not the right appearance for Saffron. And I feel like
she wasn't a fairy, Knuckles, was she?
She wasn't a fairy, Knuckles. You're right. She was blue.
Did she show up before? I can't remember.
Oh, maybe she didn't. Or yellow.
I thought
maybe
she did for like a bit.
From what I was reading and understand, this is technically her first appearance for some reason, but she shows up later completely different.
I could have sworn that she had appeared before, but maybe not.
Well, we haven't seen Charmy since his friend died to LSD, so probably not.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
I still can't believe those words can come out of my mouth, and I'm being 100% serious.
Knuckles in this panel is getting way too long. Look at that.
No, I think in this issue, the artist started, like, tracing human references to a point.
Yeah. Dude, he used a JoJo reference for Vector in this one shot, dude. This is insane. He's so... Why does he look like that, man?
I've been working out!
No kidding. He's JoJo-fied.
I would like to point out the waist on this swan girl. It's about the size of just less than her head.
This is like some Samurai Jack proportions. Dude, she's utterly snatched. Speaking of Locke and him being a piece of shit,
he's
here
beaming
he goes.
with pride looking at his computer.
I'm so proud of my son who I look at through the computer. You know, I heard about loving the little friends that live inside your computer, but like if your son lives inside the computer, something's wrong.
He's looking at his favorite VTuber.
Dude, Darth Vader has appeared. Darth Wanamaker.
He just goes full Vader.
He's like, Knuckles, I heard it was a Star Wars party. I came in my best Darth Vader costume. What? It's not that kind of party. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he's just a guy from North Dakota. I feel like that's the kind of energy he gives me.
Okay. Well, you know what he reminds me of? Knuckles.
Yeah, He does.
You're right. I have one more. Yeah, here it is. Egad, my roast is ruined. Mighty could have killed him right there. We could have saved the whole series if Mighty just killed everyone in the room.
Everyone. If you kill both Sonic and Robotnik, all trouble's end.
I like the anime sweat drop on Robotnik.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Things
I
are
like his
starting to get a
mouth.
little bit more anime. I guess it's the transformation already started, but
The transformation has begun.
Hey, look, the return of brown-eyed Sonic.
Oh yeah, it's because he's a baby boy. Still.
Yes, because
Alright,
that
guys.
thing hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, the thing that does the thing
Yeah.
That's right.
He turned to new Sonic.
for some reason.
Sonic 2, because the Sonic Adventure existed. Thanks.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm still trying to figure out how.
He got.
Don't explain it.
No, I'll explain it.
No,
it's
I don't-
the latent chaos energy in the timey-wimey beam that hit him and fast-forwarded his ass a little bit, but not too much, but kind of put him back, and now he's that green-eyed.
All right, now do all that again, but with a British accent, and you'll be a
No.
Doctor Who episode.
Exactly. That's what I was going for, but I won't do the accent. I refuse.
Coward.
That's right, I am. It's true. Sometimes it's bravery to admit that you are a coward. Yeah, Knuckles' issues.
I'm going to
were
bed.
kinda-
She sucks.
They were really nothing. Like, I mean, that's really what it was. It's just a bunch of nothing.
as it often is, really.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's something in the nothing. This time it's just literally nothing.
This is not
Well,
the
you
first
did-
time, but
It was
didn't-
it was saved by the funny mighty slave labor camp.
What?
You're right.
You guys didn't enjoy the romantic soap opera we just read?
No.
I could recommend another one you guys might like. It's called Star Fox Command.
oh no.
Sonic 74.
I like that Ray is here now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ray was stuck in a crystal vault for like 7 years or something, but it's okay because it was in a time stasis.
Chaos energy.
That's right. It's like I said earlier, timey-wimey chaos energy.
I feel like I didn't really fully understand the part of like he's like stuck and then Nick shoots gun and then he's on. I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever. Okay.
Chaos energy.
That's all it took. Nobody tried it before, to shoot a gun at the crystal. Well, nobody knew he was in the vault.
If
I
you
think.
shoot the crystal will hurt and go like ow, and then let go of Ray.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, now I understand it. Thanks, Bob.
it's FPS logic. You shoot, do good. All right, give us the Sonic.
Okay, so now you get into the better ones. So Nahal is gone. It's just suddenly gone. Sonic says it somehow vanished with the rest of his family. King Acorn tells him to calm down before taking action, but he doesn't listen. He's mad because as soon as he gets back with his family, they're just gone. Sonic investigates from Metropolis alone, but his friends show up to help. While Amy and Nate stay behind to watch the city, the rest board a space shuttle that Dulcie flings into space. The gang enter space with their new spacesuits and find not one, but all of the satellites clustered together, surrounded by a bunch of trash. They board the ship, but they're ambushed by blue SWAT bots. They beat them up, and then they're ambushed by bigger blue SWAT bots. And then Robotnik appears. Hey, while the rivals break into a fight, the rest of the gang notices what's happened to the missing Robians, all transporting Air Force to do work. Robotnik stays on a conveyor belt in the crossfire for a little too long and then gets himself hit by the chemical spray, revealing he is not actually Robotnik, but we won't find out until next issue. And then we get a continuation of the war thing in the library. Uncle Chuck is a pacifist and expresses that he regrets saving Julian, but he will probably save him again if he saw him in that position. So blah, blah, blah. And then we learn at some point that Kodos, the warlord, wanted to form a team with Julian, and he brings him to some armory full of machines and weapons made by Axis Naugus. He shows Julian around, but with his back turned, Julian mashes him in the back with a magic mace. And then he tosses Kodos into the whatever zone, and then he makes up a lie that he got himself into there by messing with things he didn't understand. And then when meeting up with King Acorn, he manipulates him into thinking that he has to completely destroy the Overlanders before they can destroy him back. That's it.
I got that bit with
I can't believe this Robotnik in the satellites is not Robotnik at all.
like the bit with Kodos. It really kind of was like, hey, here, look at this cool knife. You want to hold it? Oh, excuse me as I turn around. Ah!
Look at my cool
check
back.
out my
You could
atomic.
backstab.
Check out my atomic baseball bat. It could clobber anybody in one hit. Wow, cool. Can I see? Of course.
Oh, hang on. There's a rat behind me. Let me look at it. I like how pudgy they made Robotnik look in this.
The round boy.
Yeah. There's something really weird about just seeing Sonic and Robotnik just throw hands at each other.
Dude, he went off on Robotnik in this issue. Like,
I
he
like how
was mad.
Like, that was great, but I liked how Robotnik just sort of slaps him. It makes sense because he's not actually Julian as we know it, but it still looked really funny.
It is really good. I like it when Sonic said "fuck the monarchy." That was pretty based. So I will say I think that this issue also has some iconic at least to me moments, such as Robotnik appears and his arms outstretched. That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. I wrote in my notes, "We are so back," and then and then I wrote that, wait, never mind, we're gone right after this.
No, it's not him. We're so over. Spoilers, we're so back.
I did love Bunny punching him in the face.
Yeah, Bunny punching him in the face was so like perfect.
I did like seeing this, or like classic SatAM design one more time.
Meow.
And then one more where I actually titled it "We Are So Back," and it did not go. It is not
very good
transparent
face.
for some reason. But
We got some good panels. We got some good panels this issue.
yeah, there was some banger expressions. I liked. I mean, this issue was nice. It's nice to see the little space satellite station mystery arc kind of wrapping up and sort of the build up finally resolving. Milk. It was good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm digging the fact that they just blast him off into space and then just go find the space station. Yeah, and not Sonic does have his like kind of, I don't know what to call it, but it's like the moment in Dragon Ball Z where a hero character goes way too all out and kind of freaks it too hard. It was pretty cool.
I do like in the flashback story, you see like Robotnik slowly change into the one we know over the course of the like story.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like
I like that.
He's got like the baby mustache, then he's got like a little mustache, and then by the end his ears are replaced. He's got the full mustache.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, throughout these
Not the eyes yet, not yet. I'm sure
but I mean, like, even in this one, like, he knocks out Kodos. He's still in his like little Overlander prisoner outfit with a baby mustache. Then you see that, like, in the very small like moment where it's him in his little warlord outfit, he still has his human ears but the longer mustache. And then the next moment after that, you see him replacing his ears with the little metal caps and his face shape changing. Yeah, it's you're right. I didn't notice that. That's a really nice touch.
The evolution of Robotnik. he's like a Pokemon.
Robotnik generations.
I mean, we got that. That happened, remember?
You're right, actually.
Not the way I wanted it to happen, but it happened.
Oh, I forgot to link one last image from the Knuckles comics. There we go. What?
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Dot wave.
Huh?
All right, 75. Unless anybody has any other thoughts.
Not yet. It's in
All
the
right,
next one, actually.
Let's get it.
That's in this one. The Robotnik that's been tormenting everybody these past 20 issues has been the Robotnik, the Robotnik all along. The guy from, like, issue 17 or so, where there's an alt-universe Robotnik, and then a bunch of alt-universe Sonics team up to beat this giant robot. That guy.
Yep.
So, back when the real Robotnik got stranded in the wrong zone, Robotnik Mark II, as we're calling him, put him back, but took this chance encounter to search his memories and learn about the giant Borg battlesuit that he lost. He defeats his universe's Sonic, I think, and finds out that our Robotnik was defeated, and then decides to fill the Robotnik void. So now with the gang lured away from Mobotropolis, the Shadow SWAT bots attack, and Nate fends them off with his eye lasers. King Acorn tries to get everyone to evacuate from Knothole, but as Robotnik 2 reveals himself on the TV, the Shadowbots catch up and attack everybody. Prince Elias uses the cryogenic coils, whatever, linked to the Queen's stasis tube to freeze the bots so they can get away. Meanwhile, on the satellite cluster, the gang is trapped in an egg cell on the satellite. Mark II taunts Sonic by showing him his reprogrammed family. He doesn't like that. But he can't get out of the egg cell. Later on, Sonic's attempts to break out of the cell are still futile. But then Snively shows up to shut the barrier off. Trust is at a premium, of course, because of Snively, but Sally proceeds to use Nicole to get the space shuttle to arrive at the satellites. And as they get ready to escape, Sonic takes a gamble and equips himself with the power ring in one last attempt to save his family. He gets into another fight with Mark II, who has him pinned down, but his parents, who are somehow not under his control, throw a ring at his back, and that sets him free. They get Sonic out of trouble, and they escape the exploding satellite just in time, but without Uncle Chuck and Muskie, sadly. And then it turns out that the little wedding band Sonic gave his parents allowed his parents to maintain free will because ring magic. However, Sonic laments the fact that his uncle and Muskie were still up there. Meanwhile, in some fucker's secret basement in the Castle Acorn, Mark II is supposedly survived, and he uploads his brain into some kind of backup body. So I knew... Obviously, I knew Eggman was going to show up at some point, but I didn't really know how, so I was like, oh, that's how they do this? What? That's a cool twist, I think.
As far as, like, coming up with an excuse for a redesign goes, this is a pretty cool way to do it, I think.
I think it was a good way to do it.
I love it. It's awesome. Once again, iconic as hell.
I like how it's the twist of irony because they fake you out. It's like, oh, this guy we saw in the satellites was not the real Robotnik, but actually he is more the real Robotnik than he was before because he's Eggman.
Surprise!
This was the coolest scene ever. Like the room of Robotniks.
I love the other bodies.
I like that fucking Hulk Hogan Robotnik.
So, get a load of this, brother.
You hear glass shatter. Stone Cold walks in and just starts beating up Robotnik.
Oh man.
So what's the logic of choosing this Robotnik body over the fucking Hulk Hogan one?
He looks fucking cool.
It's Eggs. Biggest mustache.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Good point.
No,
that's where his power comes from.
I am kind of curious if you guys know if the other suits or the other bodies are supposed to be
like beta designs.
Well, like if there's any like rhyme or reason to them, like are they a reference to? Well, obviously one of them is Hulk Hogan, I guess. But like, what about the other three?
Not that I know of. No.
I mean, nothing...
I feel like the very first one feels like it's supposed to be something.
I have no idea.
Maybe not.
Real quick, jumping back just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I like when they're in the cryo chamber, how just human the queen looks in the cryo tube.
Dude, she's huge compared to the king and the, like they have all like not huge, but like her limbs and everything. Like she got meat on her bones, but the others are like twigs.
Damn, King Acorn, I see what you're about. I respect it.
All hail your thickness. This cover, okay, I'm gonna be saying this a lot, but really these issues have had like a lot of moments where I'm like, this is sparking my nostalgia. This cover, I love it. I know it's not super great in terms of art, but like it is very memorable to me. Well, first off, it's the 75th, so you know, big deal. 75th anniversary, 75th issue. And also it's the one where Eggman is here. You know, that's huge. And like I always like this specific composition. I remember that for the of this cover. I've been on the hunt for the physical of this one, but to not much avail. Nightmare fuel. This reveal, I remember as a kid reading this comic, kind of fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie, like with the melting skin, like the bubbling pink, and like just everything about this. I also did this for everybody's viewing pleasure.
So it was like, I was about to talk about this. Like, it's right under our noses. It's right under our noses. I am the Eggman. Yeah, he is.
That's what I am. I like how but like, I really do like this where it's like, I am the Eggman, and then Robotnik is like right next to it. Like, really some duology of men over here. These two panels out of context look like one of those joke images of like, all right, get behind me, I'll pretend. She tried her best.
There was an attempt.
I enjoy something related to the art in this one. I really think that these water like scenes were kind of cool. Like I know the effects are probably not that like interesting nowadays, but I'm wondering like back in the day, because you know they had to blur some of the art, it looks like, to make it look like they're underwater. I think that's really cool. I think it's really, really neat. Yeah. And then of course, and one more nightmare fuel that I can't get out of my head. Robotnik, but he looks like Julian. You know what I mean? Like there's some kind of moment where he realizes he's gonna die, but he kind of looks like all the like depictions of Warlord Julian, like from the flashbacks. There's something about that hits. Yeah, good issue. I like seeing all the street fighting. That was really funny seeing King Acorn get on his knee and going like, "Spare the children, I offer myself." Too bad he didn't get got.
Yeah. I'm happy to see Eggman.
Yeah.
It's
Solid
finally
issue.
a Sonic comic.
hey, it was just different. Very, very different.
Because it just sort of fucked me up a bit that this is the real Eggman is now here, and we actually had the fake one all along.
Yeah,
Kind of.
this one. I mean, like this one's more vicious, which I feel like really sets the tone for the next like issues that he's gonna be in. I'm very interested in to see what you guys think. But yeah, let's go on to 70. If nobody else has any other thoughts,
I think I'm good. Yeah.
76.
So Snively suggests that Mark II, aka Dr. Eggman, uploaded his brain into a new body at this point. He tries to just check it out, but our heroes force him to help find his files. So meanwhile, the Mobians made it all back to Nahol, and Acorn gives a speech regarding the situation and the people who didn't make it back off the satellite, though I think he was unaware that some of them actually made it off. But anyway, Sonic gets into a fight with some Shadowbots, and that way Sally and Snively can sneak their way into Eggman's fortress. Sally and Nicole hack a computer to get files, and then they get ambushed, but Snively thinks fast and electrocutes the bot to get them out of trouble. And as they complete their mission, Sonic finds a Mobian girl and stops her from getting into certain danger as she aims to rescue a loved one who Sonic suggests may have already been roboticized. Dr. Eggman oversees all this, and as he biomechanically interfaces with this computer. He tries to find the location of Nahol, but instead catches a virus that was hacked into his computer. And then we get the Tails of War thing again. Tails number 4. Tails, Bunny, Antoine, and Sonic's parents sneak their way around some shadow bots so they can get back into the library and continue this side story to prevent some history books from getting burned. They meet Jeremiah and open a book, starting our next flashback. So this one, Overlanders are trying to kill everyone when Sonic's dad and some other survivors escape into a bunker, and then they go out the under end and try a sneak attack on Julian's brother, Colin. But he gets away, and then Acorn has a photo of this guy escaping, and he shows Julian. And then he asks his new warlord, okay, Mr. Julian, you're going to be my new warlord. What do we do? And he's just like, kill everybody. And that's the end.
Great idea.
Come on, stupid. It's obvious. I love this Tails. I'm just going to start with this. This is the cutest Tails. I have a picture of this Tails actually saved from before we did this because I really liked this Tails image.
When did we last get a Tails that looked like this and not like the design they use for like the anime cartoons and stuff like that? Because he's starting to look like video game Tails.
We don't really get this design until like now-ish, I think. I think this is about the time when they start to merge the Sonic Adventure designs in. Like, I know Sonic kind of and Eggman got fanfare to the way that they change, but I think everybody else, by everybody else, I really mean like Tails, actually, because Amy has something that happens I can't say now. But Tails just kind of...
If I can make a wild guess, does
Go
Amy
ahead.
get a makeover?
No.
Thank God.
You're off by quite a bit. I mean, it's
Good.
kind of a makeover, but not in the way that you made it sound. It's crazy. Dude, this is Sonic the Hedgehog Archie comics. Are you kidding me? They wouldn't just give somebody a makeover and then call it a day. They will zap them with a laser beam from space and make their eyes green.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try and be more outlandish with your prediction.
You're right. She gets a makeover via chaos energy cycled through Kalinel's zone.
You know what? Keep that in your pocket.
I don't want to keep that in my pocket. That was a joke.
Keep it in your pocket.
Oh, no.
Snively looking like a scrungly over here. Just a little guy, a cute little scrungalo.
I'm
and then-
so squiggly dingly, it could never hurt anybody. Okay, there's a good Eggman panel.
I love... So Eggman, you guys will notice in the next few issues, I feel like, Eggman has some rough around the edges art. I think that all the artists kind of don't exactly settle on like consistently drawing his face, but it gets there. It does lead to some really fun images of him in this design. There was one more art piece that so I don't know if it's just me, but is that Honey to the right?
The thought crossed my mind, but I don't think that might be a bit of a stretch.
I think it's a stretch, but I get it.
Why
does that one girl look like that one girl from Tenchi Muyo? Is that it?
Yeah, she does have that hairstyle.
Okay, all right.
Man, maybe it's a reference to it. Who knows?
Maybe.
I wouldn't put it past this. I mean, like, look, the anime art style in this. Who's Fry? Have we seen his art before? That's who was credited with this, I think. Right?
Oh yeah, I think this might be his debut. It's James Fry.
Yeah. You know what? I dig this style. I want to preface what I'm about to say next, but it does remind me of like the Cartoon Network anime style. Like whenever there was like a Cartoon Network like anime or parody in one of their cartoons, I feel like this is what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm. I liked this issue. It's everybody's under attack. There's a lot of like nice little. Everybody's kind of doing something, everybody's sort of split into teams. Snively actually helps Sally, and kind of, he could have left her to die, but he didn't. A lot of interesting new twists. We get Mina appearing again, getting some lines.
Well, now it's a proper debut instead of like a cameo thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we get introduced to a new character that will appear like as a mainstay later, Mina Mongoose. There's just a lot of interesting little bits. You get a little Antoine action, some Tails action. It's always a little bit of fun. I do like that they kind of wrapped the this plot line by connecting it back into the like whole Tails and all the gang were at the library. That was really cool. Like, I don't know. Okay, think what you like, but I thought it was really interesting that they decided to make that like last bit of the Great War flashback thing tie into the current, like, now instead of a flashback.
I get it, but I had a very negative reaction. like we start like going into it, like, oh, why don't you read a passage, dear? I'm like, what? Right now? Why on what?
We're safe inside the library. Nothing can happen here. It is a sacred place. Oh my god.
Oh, here come the swap bots. Here, would you like to read this passage of the war story?
Why, yes, I'd love to take a listen to this. Everybody just sits around a campfire in the library.
It's gonna be a really weird, like, reference. But I saw, you know what I thought? There's this one scene in the movie Signs. When shit's going down, they're all in the basement, the aliens are breaking down the door, and the dad decides at that moment it's time to tell his kid, let me tell you about how I met your mom. So way back when.
I mean, that's exactly this. Like, let me tell you how you and your... Actually, they're not... Sonic's not even there. How me and my wife just rot shit up with your parents, guys.
In the background, you just see Joaquin Phoenix just getting the shit kicked out of him by aliens.
Jeremiah Kirby survived like 30 attacks in Robotropolis. This man has lived behind enemy lines for so long.
He can't feel normal being in like safety. He has to be in danger.
I'm telling you, the library is a sacred place.
Not for Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Dude, okay, another Robotnik moment that I forgot to mention. I love the little pose he has in the very front, in the cover. Another iconic moment for me personally. Look at this. I don't know what it is. I love this. I love this piece. Who drew this? Was this also Spaz?
I don't know about the cover.
Oh yeah, it is. Spaziante. Yep.
Still
Just
got
tosses something up into the air really hard. But yeah, it looks pretty cool.
He's very round early on.
He's very happy to be here finally.
He's just happy to be
here.
So this has got me curious now that I know that this is how they do the Eggman design. How like future issues are gonna address the fact that he's just some blue fuck that's from some alternate universe and not really Robotnik as they know him.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, but I feel like...
Yeah, but it's something I have to find out later, because I don't actually know that. I almost kind of got spoiled about how they do it, because it's like, it was something like Robotnik from an alternate universe. I just didn't get the detail that it's that guy from issue 19 who gets reused so that they have an excuse to use the new design.
Yeah. I mean, Robotnik... remember, I feel like he did some other plot line sometime later on. I feel like it was one of those moments where I said, "Remember this, guys," and then I forgot myself. But I know that there is another like they don't just drop him cold turkey.
He does show up again. I think I could swear I.
Yeah, the character showed up in 2 stories before this.
Yeah.
And then I was reading on it, and it's like, well, people are confused if those were actually the same character or different characters, which is a consequence that they were written by Ken Penders.
I mean, I feel like we should be out of the confusion territory for the most part coming up here. Like, I think this is that portion of comics where things get more, I'm not gonna say streamlined, but there's more, I feel like, consistency checks between issues.
I hope so.
So I mean, we'll probably still run into a few more here and there, but I remember vaguely of around 100 120, like that's where it pretty much unifies into a succinct story, maybe even a little bit before that. And because we don't really get any more specials like in this time period, no more like side comics. We might get a super special here and there, but like for the most part it's like it's time to read Sonic the Hedgehog, just that comic. Like we have 4 or 5 more Knuckles comics, and that's it.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, if we reach the point where we read all the Knuckles and super specials, it would be nice for at least a little bit if the reading order really is just, and then the next Sonic issue, and then the next Sonic issue, and then take a break.
So what shitty spin-offs are we doing when Knuckles is over?
And then they introduced the Jeffrey series.
Surprise, it's time to read Sonic X.
Oh, no. I know Sonic Universe is tied into this, so we're going to have to read that eventually.
Right.
Sonic Universe is really good, which is actually, I mean, they're special. I don't really love what they did with that later on, because it may as well have been just the regular comic. I guess the only difference is that there's a little more focus on other characters. But like, I don't know, like it didn't need to be a Sonic Universe thing other than just to, I guess, sell you another subscription, and maybe like get another team working on it to publish, because it wasn't like they would publish Sonic the Hedgehog one month and then Universe the next month. It would be like they would release both, I believe. I can't remember at this point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I mean, we're looking ahead.
So,
I think
this comes back up again in Scrapnik Island.
Does this? What does?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
I don't know. I stopped reading the IDW comics after the weird metal virus thing.
Oh boy, I can't wait to get there.
Yeah, we will. All right.
Yeah, eventually.
One day. All right, guys. Closing thoughts? Anybody?
Knuckles bad, Sonic good. That's about it.
I could never say those words.
Yeah, I could boil down my thoughts to just 2 noises. For the Knuckles comics. And for Sonic, Pingus!
No, he's not. That's not the right one.
You're right. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I'm blanking on... Go on without me. I'm just going to...
All systems full power!
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have I mentioned I never played Sonic Adventure?
That's effed
well,
up.
Guess what we're playing for this podcast?
The new homework. Play Sonic Adventure.
No, it's actually, you have to. It's actually important. The comic tells you to do it. It's canon.
Okay, I actually got Nish to play Sonic Adventure like in the middle of this podcast, so maybe.
Dude, no, okay. Unironically though, they do literally make references to the game where, the characters are like, remember when you did this thing in Station Square, Tails? It was all over the news, and it's like none of the others were there. I think it was either Sonic Adventure 1. No, I think it was Sonic Adventure 2, where I think they don't even fully adapt it. It's like they start the adaptation and then they make it so that the comic would somehow play into the game without making it look weird that half the cast is gone. Anyway, I'm also jumping ahead, but maybe we play those games as a little side thing.
We'll get there eventually.
That's right. We're rapidly approaching, MG. I'm rapidly approaching your location.
Oh shit.
You know, I feel like the quality of the Sonic comics kind of went down as soon as Robotnik left, and now that he's back, I'm kind of...
We are so back.
We are so back.
It's a magic roller coaster ride right now, boys.
So true. Adorko, final thoughts?
I can't remember if this was mentioned, but I think a cool extra detail with the whole Robotnik thing, it's not just the fact that he's an alternate universe Eggman, but also specifically he killed Sonic. And then he was like, there's another universe where they killed me. I'll kill that Sonic too. I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, this okay, that's another reason why Robotnik was so scary as a kid, because he killed Sonic. He killed everyone. He fucked that whole world up. He turned himself into the robot because there was nobody else to turn into robots. Well, no. He turned himself into a robot to kill Sonic, but
I didn't think of it, but that's actually a pretty good way to set up the new one.
Yeah.
He actually did his job.
He's hard as hell.
He's hard as hell.
He's no Eggman that'll be like, once you hurt kids, that's going too far. He's like, I'll hurt the kids and the babies too.
And the ones in the other universe.
And then I'll go to another universe and I'll beat your kids there as well.
And I'll do it while I'm hard.
No! I can't believe it. Emperor Palpatine is back.
I think we're done here.
We're done here. Quick update on what we're going to be reading next time. So we've got, like I mentioned, only a few Knuckles left, and I think we're going to just wrap that up. So we've got Knuckles 29 that we're going to read. Sonic 77, Knuckles 29. We got the Sonic Super Special one, and then Sonic 78, and then I'm thinking if we can really push it, we can go through Knuckles 30 through 32, and we'll be done with Knuckles.
Maybe it's worth it just to finish off Knuckles.
It should be fine. I think the Sonic Super Special 11 is one of those specials that's like a lot of side story stuff that isn't really applicable to the main plot. It's called like Girls Rule or something like that.
Oh man, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a good way for us to top it there. All right. Well,
yeah.
Remember, it all goes back to Sonic, and I am the Eggman.
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye.